Well, the dreaded reality has come true. Darnell Nurse is officially a San Jose Shark. What's my thoughts on it? Do I like the move? Do I dislike the move? You will find out next. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you guys are all doing well here today. My name is Isaiah Leong, and welcome to Hockey Christmas, aka NHL Free Agency. That's right, NHL Free Agency is officially underway, and a lot of big moves have already happened. The San Jose Sharks adding Mason Marchment, bringing him back to San Jose to the team that his dad played for. The Sharks also adding Jacob Trouba from the Anaheim Ducks. And now we get to the most controversial move of all. Darnell Nurse is a San Jose Shark. And I told you guys this. When something breaks, come right instantly ahead to my channel. This is where you can find Sharks reports, Sharks rants, my thoughts on some incredible moves, trades, signings, you name it. You can find it all right here. My thoughts on the Sharks games. There you go. My thoughts on this, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys have probably seen videos or heard me talk about this in the past. And I've made my point loud and clear that I did not want the Sharks to acquire Darnell Nurse. That I had heard the rumors. I absolutely did not want it because Darnell Nurse is like 34 years of age. He's past the age group of the Sharks' current young core. So he doesn't fit. And so, like, I don't want that to happen. And I thought, like, okay, if that were to happen, we would have to give up some of our prized young players or draft picks to get it to happen. And I know you're trying to win now as far as win in the future, but we're building and building and building and trying to build something special for the future. So now that it's happened, the Sharks acquiring Darnell Nurse from the Oilers, they take on his entire contract. No money taken on by Edmonton. Shakir Mukhamadullin and Zach Sharp. Yeah, they're going back to Edmonton. You know, this might be the first time that Mike Grier has made a move, and I'm like, Mike, what are you doing, dude? What are you freaking doing? Are we sure about that? Like, Mike, are we sure about that? But you know what? I'm going to give Mike Grier the benefit of the doubt because he's done a lot of great things to deserve it, like getting Macklin Celebrini, trading a lot of our veteran guys and getting like a lot of great picks back in return. Trading up for Ryan Lynn in this past draft. Having the guts and the courage and the conviction to stay at number 9 and instead of trading up and letting Keaton Verhoff fall to you. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Also finding Colin Graff as well as an undrafted free agent. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Because Mike Grier we trust. He's been cooking a lot lately. But trying to make sense of this move. I guess the good thing is that, number one, you fix your blue line, which needed a lot of help coming into this offseason. I mean, the D line, the defenseman, the blue line was absolutely atrocious last year. So you fix that. You check that off the box by getting Trouba and Darnell Nurse. The blue line looks a lot better today than it looked less than 24 hours ago. Darnell Nurse, he's been there. He hasn't won a cup, but he's been there at the highest moments, played some of the biggest games. He's been there to the Stanley Cup Finals. He knows what it takes to get to the biggest levels, or the highest levels. So, in that sense, he brings that veteran leadership for the Sharks. He'll bring physicality. He'll be like a rough enforcer for the Sharks, to protect some of the young kids that were gonna be playing next season. Um, so I guess in that standpoint, it's a great move. But like I said, the thing that worries me was the age, the money. 9 million a year for the next 4 years, and you're taking on the entire contract. Um, that's what worries me about this deal. But you know, if you're trying to win next year, I mean, I think it's a good move for the Sharks. I just didn't like how we took on all that money. And here's the thing: my initial, like, when I said, like, hey, I would not want the San Jose Sharks to get Darnell Nurse, and the reason why was because I didn't want us to give up valuable draft picks, like, because we're still building and building for the future. We're trying to build a dynasty in San Jose. You can't give up valuable premium draft picks in order to get Darnell Nurse. Like, you're trying to win for the future. That's what you're trying to do. Like, winning now is great, but you're trying to win in the future. We're trying to build something that will last about 10 to 15 years here, which is what I think we're capable of. So the fact that we didn't give up draft picks, I think, is a major win. We only gave up Shakir Mukhamadullin, and here's the thing: I think Shakir Mukhamadullin is like William Eklund, but he's more of a I feel like a poor man's version of William Eklund. In this standpoint, William Eklund, I felt like last year had a down year, right? The goals were down. He thought, like, okay, he just kind of like fell out of the picture. You had with Macklin and Misa and Smitty as the top three. Graf kind of emerged as the number 4 option for the Sharks. So he fell out of favor. That's why he's gone. If Stenberg, I think, is better, he is now a Shark. Misa, and you have him there. But I think with Shakir Mukhamadullin, it just seemed like during some parts of last year where his days, it seemed like were numbered in San Jose. Ryan Warsofsky didn't really play him. He was benched a lot. He was unhappy with his role. His role kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller as the days went. And he was always hurt. So, like, I'm not mad that we gave up him for Darnell Nurse. He kind of became expendable in a way. Zach Sharp, I don't really know much about him. But you already have so many forwards and centers already. So you don't really need him for the immediate future. But I think that's, for me, the bright side of this move is that you didn't really give up a whole lot. Yes, you took on a lot of money, but the salary cap, guys, is going to keep getting more and more and bigger in the NHL as the new CBA gets into effect. And also, I think that some positives with this move is that it helps you right now, but it also kind of helps you in the future, because now you don't have to have all the pressure on Keaton Verhoff as well as Ryan Lynn to have to come up right away. I mean, like, Darnell Nurse and Trouba, they're on a contract for the next 4 years, which is the exact timeline for when Ryan Lynn and Keaton Verhoff will come up after their college years as well as their time spent in the minors. So it makes perfect sense, actually, now that I think about it. And, you don't want to rush a defenseman. Defensemen take a long time to develop. Sam Dickinson came up last year after just 1 year. After going back to the OHL for 1 year, he was all right. He wasn't anything spectacular. So now the pressure is off of Ryan Lynn and Keaton Verhoff to save the franchise. All they got to do is just, hey, develop. And, you have Nurse and Trouba in place to win now. And then once Ryan Lynn as well as Keaton Verhoff are ready, then you bring them up. And, they will also, with them being potentially, at development camp the next few years, as well as maybe playing in the preseason next year or two or the year after, you have Nurse as well as Trouba to give mentorship. So, you know what? The more I talk about this, I'm actually liking this deal. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but hey, you got to pay a premium in this league. And, paying a premium is the first thing in making San Jose a destination. So I do love this move a lot now that I talked about it. The Sharks have definitely, I think, won the offseason already with their incredible draft. And then today getting Mason Marchment. I mean, the offense is going to be absolutely incredible to watch with Celebrini and Smith and all the young players that we have on our team currently. You add Trouba, which will weaken a division rival and a division foe and a Western Conference foe. And you make yourself better. I mean, it's a win-win. And then with Nurse, it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but you get better right now and you weaken a division rival. So you look at our blue line now. I mean, it went from Vinny DeSarnais and Mario Ferraro to Darnell Nurse and Trouba. And there's gonna be a lot of physicality. There's gonna be a lot of, these opponents cannot roughhouse our guys, cannot punk our guys. So this is a great move for the San Jose Sharks. I love it a lot. Now that I talked about it, it's made me a big fan of this move. So it's not a bad move. Now that I talked about it, we didn't give up a whole lot. If we had given up draft picks, I would have been pissed. But you look at this, Mike Grier has done a lot to deserve the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to trust Mike Grier. I think it's an all right move. Would I have made it? No, because of the money. But hey, there is benefits to it. I'm not going to hate on it. And yeah, I think it's a decent move for the San Jose Sharks. And man, what a beginning to the free agency period for the San Jose Sharks.